Hi friends of the twins, welcome back to the channel. This is Rhonda and today I'm going to be sharing with you a living room refresh. Just adding a couple of the new decor items that I recently shared with y'all in a haul. And I'm also going to be doing some light cleaning in here. Don't really need to do a deep clean, but I do need to go ahead and dust. And just to kind of remind you, this is what the living room looked like before. And like I said, I'm not going to be making any major changes, but I am going to change out some of my decor pieces. I am the type of person, I get bored after about 3 months. And so I've always been this way for years and years. And you'll see a little later that, like I said, I didn't really make any major changes, just subtle little changes, and that is enough to appease me for the time being. Now, the majority of the time I like to clean at night. That's because the house is quiet, everyone's in their room, and nobody's in my way. But I woke up this morning and I decided to go ahead and do this refresh today. And that is because my son is home visiting and I do not want to run the vacuum cleaner and that type of thing, late at night. So this was the perfect opportunity. He's spending time with his dad and everyone's kind of doing their own thing. And so I just decided to get in here and, give my living room a refresh. I'm not sure if I've ever told y'all about this mirror, but it is a true antique. I got it at an antique store and I want to say I paid about $300 for it. Now it looks good. It's been pretty well preserved. But when you look at the back of it, you can tell that it is really, really old wood. I think that it was from the 1920s. So it will be there probably, I do expect for it to be there for a long time. I don't want to take the chance moving it around and damage it in any kind of way. The day that I found it, I really couldn't believe the price of it. I thought for sure that it would have been more, and it actually had been more, but this was, the pieces in this store were antique, but I guess it was really more of a consignment shop. And you know how as items sit on the showroom floor, the prices go down. So I kind of looked out on that. I really like it. And I feel like I can't talk about the mirror and not talk about this wagon. Y'all have heard me say before, I love my wagon. I got this at another thrift shop and this wagon was $150. I don't know, it's just something about that wagon that I love. I use it for, like different holidays. Last Christmas I had my nativity set up in it. One year I had a wagon full of beautiful flowers. I don't know, I just like unique pieces, and that's what I always tell y'all, Shonda and I both. You got to make the life that you live a life that you love, because life is short. So we absolutely love the modern pieces. You can see there, I think that lady there that I have sitting on that console table, she is the epitome of new decor pieces. But I also love things like my wagon, and it is fun to me to try to bring the new and the older pieces together and still keep my home fresh and modern. Some of you have suggested that I move those two high back chairs away from the wall and put them in front of the window. And the reason that I don't do that is because, y'all, we use this room. This room is used frequently. My daughter loves to stay in the living room. She brings her laptop, her snacks, and she gets right onto that sofa and watches television. And that is exactly what I want. I do like the layout in this room. I like the way that I have the furniture for now. It works perfectly for us. I know that those two high back chairs would be beautiful in front of that window, but it won't be functional or as functional for my family. And comfort, cozy, functional comes first. So that is why I have not moved those chairs. Now, I did try them in front of this antique mirror, but the fact that they were high back, they were sitting up too high kind of in front of that mirror, and to me it just didn't look right. So for now, I'll just keep them where they are. People often ask me, where did I get those two huge wall lanterns that I have hanging on either side of the television? Y'all, I have had those probably at least 15 years, and I bought them from an interior designer on Craigslist. I saw the listing, and honestly, I knew that they were beautiful from the pictures that she had on the listing, but when I met up with her and she opened her trunk and I saw them, oh my gosh, they far exceeded my expectations. I knew that they were beautiful, but I guess I just didn't realize the size of them. I absolutely love them. I'll probably have them from now on. Who knows? They may not necessarily stay in the living room, but I really, really love them. And so, I enjoy looking at them. I am kind of wiping down these hard surfaces with this Mrs. Meyer cleaner. It's an all-purpose cleaner, and it smells so good. I have to look and see if there is a certain fragrance that is, but it smells so good. Now, friends, I have a bone to pick, and I'm picking it with my Shuggy. When you look at the wagon, you can see that I have a little cardboard box there. It is because Shuggy, when we were moving here, he broke the cork attachment that goes with that. And so I'm not going to be too hard on him. He certainly helps me out with a lot of different projects around here, and he will get around to fixing it back properly. It is certainly on his honey-do list. Now, one thing that I have on my list to do for this room is I am going to eventually get around to changing the blinds out. I'm really trying to make up my mind. I'm kind of going in the direction of putting up some shades, but I'm not really sure. I'm just gonna do my research and see what will work out best in this room. Does anybody else vacuum their hardwood floors? I always do that, vacuum my hardwood floors. But I love the living room. It sits on the back of the house, and so it is always bright and warm and sunny in this room. Get a lot of light in here. We're going to start out here in this area for our summer refresh, and I am just pulling out these beautiful vases that I found at Home Goods. I shared these with y'all in the recent haul, and I love these. I love the laser cut on them. I love the color of the gold. When I saw them, y'all, I just could not leave them. I had actually walked out of the store and I couldn't do it. I had to go back in, and I ended up purchasing them. Also, on this same day, I believe, I found these florals, and y'all know how much I love florals. I always have. I've always liked having flowers in the house, and I like both faux flowers and real flowers, fresh flowers. So today we're going to be using these foam flowers. I have a wreath from Home Goods that's similar to this. It's the same flowers, really. And so when I saw these, I just knew that they would be versatile and I could use them on into the fall season. I'm enjoying that kind of thing. Now with the decor pieces that I get, I try to get pieces that will be a little bit more transitional so that I am not constantly changing out pieces so much for the season. I do like to decorate for the season, but now I'm enjoying having pieces that can transition right on into the next season. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. So with these, they'll probably still be here in the fall, and I will just add in some fall touches, and I think that they are beautiful. Now this wall decor, I actually forgot to share it with y'all. I had it the other day when I shared the haul with y'all, and I forgot about it. On this day, I wanted to try to use those, but you know, decorating is often trial and error, and it just didn't work out. But I did want to share those with y'all. They are that metallic gold, and they are so pretty. I will find somewhere to put them. For now, I'm just gonna come back out with my vintage flowers. I got these from a thrift store. I think I shared these with y'all in the fall of last year. That's when I found them, and I love the look of them. Like I said, they are vintage, and you know, I'm really enjoying that antique gold color. I just tried to bend the stems in a way that would allow for the florals to kind of sit there. I guess I'm in a way trying to make a stand, if you will, with the stems of it. And then we're going to move on to these. I love these gold swans. These also came from a thrift store, ladies and gentlemen. I believe that they were $18 for the pair. I found these last year. I believe it was in the fall time, because I do remember sharing them with y'all for Christmas last year. But here I'm just playing with the placement of them. I know for me, sometimes I'll have one styling in my head, but when I go to execute it, it doesn't quite, it doesn't always work out as planned. This is another recent haul item that I shared with y'all. It is the large lampshade that I got from the Habitat for Humanity Restore. Now, it's just a subtle difference in the sizes of these two lampshades, but I do feel like the lamp that I have sitting there is rather large, and I just felt like it needed a slightly bigger lampshade. And so the difference, as you'll see in just a little bit, is very subtle, but I do feel like it works better. And now as we move over here to the area underneath the television, I'm going to start out with my riser that you all know I love so much. Now, I am always trying to be mindful that this is a television, and I don't want to put things up here that are going to be too distracting, but y'all know now your girl loves to look at pretty decor. So if there is a way that I can figure out how to decorate it in such a way that it is pleasing to me and also not too distracting to television viewers, then that is always my goal. These next two decor pieces that I'm gonna use here, the face vases, I got these from Temu, and I've been very happy with them. I will say that when they arrived, they were smaller than I thought that they would be and what they actually looked in the photo. So I guess it's good to always be mindful of the description of the items, in particular look at the size of it. Now, I love flowers year round, y'all know that, but for the fresh cut flowers, spring and summer are my most favorite times to bring them out. Now, throughout the year, I will sometimes have them in my bedroom on my nightstand, and that is just a little something that I like to do for me. These were very inexpensive, y'all. They came from Aldi. Y'all know that the bouquets there are only $3.99. So ladies, take the time and do a little something special for yourself. It doesn't have to cost a whole lot. Go to Aldi's and get you some fresh cut flowers. You deserve it, and you will enjoy them. the refreshed look for the summer. Like I said, the changes were really subtle. When it comes to the coffee table, I decided to keep it simple. I really wanted to showcase this bowl. I shared with y'all this in that recent haul also. It kind of stands on its own, and I also did not want to put too much on the coffee table because, like I said, my son is here visiting. He'll be here for a week, and the kids have been using this room a lot, and I do want them to be comfortable in here and not feel like, you know, they're sitting in a museum or something and can't use this space. No. So I decided to just keep it simple with the coffee table, and here I'm really loving this vignette. I love the florals. Y'all know I was going to say the florals and my blessed sign. I am just completely in love with my blessed sign. I got it at Home Goods probably been 4 or 5 years ago now, and I use it different ways throughout. It's one of those pieces that I tend to always use. I don't know about y'all, but I just have some decor pieces that I always they're kind of like my go-tos. I refreshed the entryway for the spring, and I don't even think I shared that with y'all, but you can see a little bit of it here. Now, I have had a thought that I'm going to take this wagon out of here. I'm going to try. I have something in mind that I want to try, but if that does not work, then I will be bringing my wagon back into the living room. I really do enjoy it, so I don't know. I like to change out. You know, I get tired of looking at things, but it's just one of those pieces that I haven't gotten tired of looking at yet. Someone asked me if I use the sheer panels when I hang up my curtain panels, and yes, I most certainly do. I have some hanging in a couple of the other rooms. I just did not choose to put any in the living room for this spring and summer. Just keeping it light and airy, and I love those curtains. I got those curtains with the birds on them from Home Goods, and I believe you can still find those on the website. This is how this vignette turned out, and I think that it is just so pretty. Is anybody else besides me able to see the difference in the lampshade? Have any of you all started to think about the fall? Your fall colors, anything like that? I am not rushing the summer by any means. I'm enjoying the summertime, but I have kind of just started to think about what colors I may want to use this fall, and it could end up being something that I already have. I don't know. I just get I get inspiration from different places, so you know, I really don't know. And it can be the smallest thing. I'm really feeling like, y'all, you heard me say that I want to transition back or transition more black and white back into my home. I really love black and white. And so it will either be more black and white, or it will be black and white and an additional color. I just don't know what that color will be yet, but time will tell. I'm not really in a hurry, and I'll know when it hits me. Thank you all for spending your evening with me today. As always, you make the life that you live a life that you love, because life is short. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.